Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please join Laurie Taylor in the singing of our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation by Pastor Robert Wiesner.
Please, am I on? Check, check, check. Not on. Hello. Okay. There we go. Would you please join me? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good morning, everyone. I want to personally congratulate all of you on this wonderful milestone in your lives and to congratulate you on this incredible achievement. And I hope you'll enjoy the day, have fun, have a good time today. And again, I wish you much success in your future. So as we get ready to celebrate our wonderful students today, I invite us to take a moment of quiet reflection, whether by folding our hands or bowing our heads. Creator God, it is with grateful hearts that we gather here this morning. Be with us and among us at this convocation. Help us to celebrate the accomplishments of these incredible students who are graduating today. Be with them and their families and friends as they share in the joy of their achievement. Let us remember and give thanks for the commitment and dedication of staff, faculty, administration, and the governors of this college. Gracious God, bless these proceedings and instill in each of us that spirit which alone brings goodness, truth, and wisdom to our world. Creator of all, hear us and be with us now in all we do. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Wiesner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Loyalist College of Applied Arts and Technology 2012 Convocation. My name is John McMahon, and as Vice President Academic, it is my pleasure to act as Master of Ceremonies for this morning's exercises. Before we begin, I would ask that you check to ensure that phones and other electronic devices are turned off until the conclusion of the ceremony. As well, in the event of a fire alarm, your exit routes are located behind me, through the doors on my left, and the doors at the back of the auditorium. Follow the exit signs out of the college, and once outside, proceed to move away from the building. This morning, we are recognizing graduates of the School of Architecture and Building Sciences, the School of Health Sciences, and the School of Skills Training. Interpreting this morning's ceremony is Heidi Toss. Today's convocation ceremony will be simulcast in the Student Center, located downstairs on the first floor, and in the Wilkinson Lecture Theater, located across the hall from this gymnasium. I would remind the graduates that they are return to their seats once they have received their diplomas or certificates until the convocation is completed, as a courtesy to others. We understand that some of you may wish to take pictures of the graduates at the eventful moment. If you do, I would ask that at the appropriate time, you go by way of the back of the hall down the side aisle to your left so that you are not obstructing the view of other members of the audience. It is now my pleasure to introduce Stuart Wright, Chair of the Board of Governors, who will officially open Convocation.
Would you please be seated? It's my pleasure and privilege to declare the 45th Convocation of Loyalist College officially opened. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I welcome each and every one of you to this wonderful occasion and extend a special welcome to our distinguished guest of honor, Jason Myers, and to our graduates, the Loyalist College class of 2012. Today is your day, and we celebrate your achievements with you. We arranged for a cooler day today so you would be totally comfortable. How's it working so far? Thank you. Awarding of Loyalist College certificates and diplomas, those of you receiving these documents today have every right to feel exceedingly proud of your achievement. Your families, your friends, all of those who helped and supported you join in the tremendous celebration that you're going through today. These documents are the key to opening a door for you, a door that's going to lead to a wonderful and changed future. At Loyalist, today is the culmination of many choices that you've made in the past. You made the decision to come to Loyalist. You made the decision to enroll, to select your programs, to work diligently, to study when there were doubtless other things you would rather have done. And you, in doing these, you excelled, and you're about to receive the formal recognition of your success here at Loyalist. It truly is a wonderful day for each of you and your families, and I'd like to take a brief moment to share some views on how you can best build on the success that you're about to receive. The documentation you're receiving will let you in the door, but from then on, it's up to you. It rests solely with how you present yourself to your employers or how you run the businesses that you may be starting. Throughout my career in business, I met a great many graduates of post-secondary institutions. What I came to understand over time is those that succeeded in business they all had the same traits in common. They worked hard, they were reliable, they were dependable. They were people that an organization or an individual leader could count on to help move the organization forward. Keep in mind that unless you're independently wealthy, you have to work. You work because you want to have a roof over your head, you want to have food in the fridge, you want to have gasoline in your car. So if you're going to work, make it as good an experience as you possibly can. And to do that, you want to make it a happy and positive experience, not necessarily words that go with work. But set yourself apart positively. Always be on time. Become the go-to person at your place of employment. Communicate with your leaders so you know exactly what is expected of you, and finally, do what is expected of you. These are simple comments, but you carry them out, and you will succeed in whatever endeavor you elect to join. Today, you're joining a group of Loyalist alumni that number over 30,000. And among that group are a tremendously successful group of people who have excelled locally, provincially, across this great nation of Canada, and around the world. They tend to not forget their Loyalist background, and I would encourage you to not forget your Loyalist background. They have a thriving alumni organization I would encourage you to join, because it's a great place to network, it's a great place to keep in touch with the organization. And when you become successful, and you will, make sure you don't forget the Loyalist Foundation. Some of you have been recipients of grants, gifts from that foundation. When you're able to, do what you can to support it and helps future students achieve their dreams. Well, enough for me. I'm standing between you and receiving your documentation, so I'll end with telling you what you have worked so hard to achieve deserves and will receive my personal congratulations. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chair Wright. I would now like to call upon President Piercy, who will address the graduates and introduce our speaker for today. President Piercy.
Thank you very much, John. Chair Wright, Mr. Myers, Pastor Wiesner, members of the board and the foundation board, distinguished guests, Loyalist staff, graduating class of 2012, family and friends, good morning and welcome. Convocation is the ultimate celebration in the life of Loyalist College. It's a day we all look forward to throughout the year. Successful convocations are the result of the efforts and careful preparation of many members of the college who all take great pride in their roles in preparing the campus for today. I want to offer special thanks to our registrar, Laura Nauman, and her staff, my office staff, and the facility services staff who have worked for the last several weeks to make our campus look wonderful inside and out. They have made an important contribution to your day, as have many others. There are very few areas of the college that do not participate in convocation. This convocation marks the end of an academic year which has seen completion of a number of major projects on campus, which this year's graduates have watched and listened and heard and have seen the dust from develop over their time at Loyalist, including our wonderful new Sustainable Skills, Life Sciences and Technology Center, 5 new residence buildings. These projects will change the look of your college for all future students. Members of the graduating class, in a few minutes you will officially be awarded your certificate, diploma, or advanced diploma. My heartfelt congratulations to each of you. You did it. It's important to remember that you have not accomplished this very important life achievement, the attainment of a post-secondary credential, all on your own. Look around you today, and there, as they always have been, are your parents, dedicated Loyalist professors and staff, significant others, children, relatives, and friends, Loyalist board and foundation members, and many of our community partners who help support the work that you do and that we do. So I know you've just had a few minutes sitting down, but I'm going to ask you, graduating students, to stand up and please join me in giving these supporters a wonderful standing ovation. I know you'll agree they deserve it. Please stand up. Thank you very much. People are waving as well as applauding, so that's awesome. We are all so very proud of you, and we're here to share your celebration and, of course, to wish you, as Chair Stewart has said, continuing success as Loyalist graduates. I encourage you to feel very proud of your accomplishments, your college, and the wide open future which lies ahead of you. Feel proud of yourself. You are joining the ranks of more than 30,000 Loyalist graduates who are making powerful contributions in their professions, in their communities, wherever they are, wherever they're working. Feel proud of your college, and I want to thank you for choosing Loyalist College as I did. I hope that you will be among the 97% of our students that would recommend Loyalist. That's a lot of trust, and we cherish it. Loyalist is an outstanding college, and one reason we know that with certainty is that Loyalist graduates never cease to amaze us. When faculty and staff pass on stories of graduate achievement, or when grads come back to share their stories with current students, we feel that immense pride as well. You are joining a family today, just as you did when you first came through Loyalist doors. As you head off to your next life adventure, we say, as your family will say, please keep in touch. To welcome you to the Loyalist alumni family, representatives of our Alumni Association are here today to congratulate you as you leave the stage. Our wonderful alumni publication, and we will find your addresses, is called Lasting Connections. I am confident that you will find, as I have as a Loyalist grad, that your Loyalist connections are links which will endure and strengthen throughout your personal and professional lives. Last but not least, feel proud of the awesome potential of the life that lies ahead of you. By earning a post-secondary credential, you've armed yourself with a powerful tool for making a significant difference. We have the privilege of living in this wonderful country with all of its freedoms and opportunities. We each have a responsibility to try to make society better through our involvement and contributions. And with the challenges the world faces today in our environment and our economy, in skills shortages in every arena, your skills and talents are urgently needed. Keep inspiring us and challenging us, and keep your skills sharp by becoming a lifelong learner. We will welcome you back at any time. In closing, again, our sincere congratulations. We are so very proud of you, and you should feel deep and well-earned pride in yourself. Each of you has enriched Loyalists with your presence here, and you will continue to enrich it with your accomplishments as you step forward into your life ahead. Enjoy every minute of this celebratory day, and on behalf of the entire Loyalist community, best wishes for a bright, happy, and rewarding future. Congratulations. And now it is my privilege to introduce our guest speaker for this morning, Mr. Jason Myers. Jason Myers is the President and CEO of Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters, Canada's largest industry and trade association. He is also the chair of the Canadian Manufacturing Coalition, a coalition of more than 48 industry associations that have come together to speak with a common voice on priority issues for Canada's manufacturing sector. Mr. Myers is a well-known economic commentator and is widely published in the fields of Canadian and international economics, technological, and industrial change. As CME's chief economist, he led the association's Manufacturing 2020 initiative, the largest cross-country consultation ever convened by Canada's business community on the future of manufacturing in Canada. He's been recognized by consulting firm Watson Wyatt as the most accurate economic forecaster in Canada. Wow, that's quite a reputation. Mr. Myers sits on special advisory councils to the Minister for International Trade, the Minister of Industry, and the Canadian Border Services Agency. He's co-chair of the Work and Learning Knowledge Centre of the Canadian Council on Learning. He is vice chair of both the Ontario Manufacturing Council and the Great Lakes Manufacturing Council. Mr. Myers is a graduate of Queen's University, the University of British Columbia, and the London School of Economics, and holds a doctorate from Oxford University. He has held appointments as a research fellow at Nuffield College, Oxford, and a lecturer in international studies at Warwick University. He is a consultant on Canadian and international business affairs for Oxford Analytica, an international consulting group based at Oxford University. Jason has worked on and advised on a number of occasions the manufacturing leaders of the Quinte Manufacturers Association and others in Eastern Ontario. He is passionately committed to and deeply knowledgeable about Canadian manufacturing and its importance in our economy and our society. Please join me in welcoming to address Convocation a distinguished Canadian, Jason Myers.
Thanks, Maureen. Well, Mr. Chair, Madam President, family and friends and fellow graduates, let me say first of all how incredibly honored I am to be with you today to receive my honorary diploma, to celebrate with you, fellow graduates, your accomplishments here at Loyalist College. You know, I know exactly what everybody's thinking. This guy's getting a pretty easy ride up there. All he has to do is show up here and he gets a diploma. And I spent all this time working here and it's taken me this long to be here today. Well, I just want to let you know, if it's any consolation at all, that I really treated this as an assignment today. I spent a couple of all-nighters. I was thinking about how often my computer crashed, but I knew I really couldn't use that as a good excuse. I left it right to the last minute, and I know I drove the president's office wild because it was late. But and of course, as you can see, I'm really nervous about being up here and doing this presentation. I'm really thinking about getting off the stage as fast as I can and going to the pub, and I'm sure I'm going to meet everybody there afterwards. But of course, I can't do that before I lead the faculty and your family and friends in recognizing your achievements. Each of you will be receiving your diploma today. That diploma marks not only the completion of a course of study here at the college, it also recognizes the skills you've acquired, the technical and the practical skills that you've developed in your applied studies, but even more significantly, the ability that you now have to think critically, to solve problems, to work with others, to organize your time, clearly better than I can, to manage projects, and to communicate well. Above all, today's ceremony celebrates your personal development. We're recognizing your commitment, your work ethic, your maturity, and the respect that you have for your own work and for that of others. You've shown that you can take responsibility. And these are all extremely important life skills. And they're important skills in convincing potential employers that they can trust you as reliable and dependable employees. They're really basic employability skills. Today's a celebration with friends and family, but in a community. So look back at your time at Loyalist and remember the support and the coaching and the mentoring that you've received from your instructors and from your fellow students. Above all, make that an important part of your contribution as you set out on your future career. I can tell you it's extremely rewarding. You graduate today from the schools of Architecture and Building Sciences, Skills Training, and Health Sciences with extraordinary opportunities lying ahead. I'm an economist, as Maureen said. Forgive me for that. But I'd like to say a few things about some of the trends that I see out there, some of the things that I see looming on the horizon that I know that will shape your careers in the future. First of all, unfortunately, I have to tell everybody we're all getting older. Demographic trends will be one of the most important factors affecting your careers. An aging baby boom generation means that there will be strong demand for people with the practical and the applied skills that you have. In fact, there are bound to be some very important and significant skill shortages over the next decade. We're already seeing some shortages in the labor market in some regions of Canada, particularly in Western Canada, but also in Northern Canada, even in Newfoundland and Labrador, here in Ontario as well. And these labor shortages are being driven not only by demographic changes, but they're being compounded by tremendous developments that we're seeing across Northern Canada in energy projects, in resource development projects, in infrastructure, but also in manufacturing, in services, in the financial centers, and in public service to support the new development, the new economy that we're seeing in Canada today. This will all drive very strong demand for manufacturing, for services, for technology, and for public services. And these projects and what we see in terms of the economic horizon for Canada are all going to drive very strong demand for your skills and for you. Your skills are going to be in high demand. That's the good news.
But you'll also be challenged by the expectations of an older generation. With more people retired and more seniors in the population than ever before, it's going to be up to you to generate the taxes and the investment revenues that we're going to require for our retirement, for our health care, for our social services. We're going to rely on you to increase economic productivity at an unprecedented rate. And we're going to rely on you to do that just simply in order to sustain the living standards that we as Canadians enjoy and that we expect. So again, the practical skills that you bring to your careers will be at a premium. The only way ahead is through applied problem solving, through innovation, and through the adoption of new technologies. That's your strength. We all wish you well, primarily because our retirement depends on it. There are other challenges for you and for Canada now and in the future. How do we respond to the intense competition that we're seeing out there from other countries like China and India and other countries that can produce both goods and services more cheaply than we can? How do we remain current with the accelerating pace of technological change? We've already seen a revolution in information and communication technologies. We'll see even more dramatic changes in materials, in construction, in production, and transportation and healthcare technologies over the next 10 years. We know that we have much to do in order to ensure environmentally stable, sustainable economic growth, and to promote environmental and improve environmental conditions across the country and around the world. The development and more efficient use of new sources of energy will be vital. We'll need to develop and employ new and better ways of providing and managing health care for all Canadians. We'll need to meet the changing expectations and the changing requirements of customers, of businesses, of governments, of communities, and a number of other stakeholders. All of these challenges will call for practical and innovative solutions. For these, we'll rely on you. We'll also, of course, find new opportunities. New markets are opening around the world, driving new employment opportunities in business and the public sector alike. New technologies are going to provide us with unprecedented capabilities to communicate, to interact, to do our jobs, and to enjoy life. Above all, Canadians stand to prosper from these changes in an economy where we have one of the strongest and the most stable economies in the world, and in a society that's simply the world's best. It's up to you to make the best of these opportunities, to shape our country, our economy, and our society. And today, we all say we're confident that our future is in your hands. I've emphasized the importance of practical knowledge and skills that can be applied to solving problems. This is your strength. You know, there are a lot of ideas floating around the world today, but they all need to be made a reality. Imagination is extremely important, but imagination without discipline is simply chaos. We should learn a lesson from the recession that we've just been through, and that is that no economy can generate wealth simply by spinning other people's money around and around and around again. What we need are good ideas applied to solve problems for customers, to produce goods and services that customers value and that they want to buy. And that means being able to apply ideas to achieve real outcomes. That's where you come in. You leave with practical skills, above all, an ability to figure out how to do things, how to solve problems, and how to make things happen. Applied knowledge is invaluable in today's world. You know, people speak of a knowledge economy. I can tell you, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but unless you can apply it, it's not of much value. Finally, if you'll permit me some words of advice. Number one, don't look for a job. The reality is that jobs are changing very rapidly. And as many of you know who have gone through a course of skills upgrading here at Loyalist College, the technical requirements of jobs are changing very rapidly. I remind many of my members at CME, manufacturers and exporters across Canada, that business as usual is no longer an option. Companies that are operating the same way today as they were 5 years ago are likely in a lot of trouble. And organizations that do not embrace change over the next 5 years will be incredibly challenged. You need to embrace change as well. So don't look for a job. Look for a career. Follow your interests. Continue to learn. Make it a personal quest. Make it a lifelong adventure. Make it yours. And above all, have fun. Think of your capabilities that we're recognizing today as a platform for career growth, and grow with them. Always search for new and more interesting platforms. Platforms that appeal to you, that you enjoy doing. Listen better than you speak, and continue to learn, learn, learn. Be adventurous. Take risks, but know how to manage them. Look for opportunities why, rather than excuses why not. Enjoy. It's important for you, and I can tell you that it's what most good employers value above all else. Now, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of days when you think what I'm telling you today is just a load of BS. But that's life. Just make sure that there aren't too many of those days ahead. Your career lies before you. The skills you developed here at Loyalist will serve you well. What you do with them is now in your hands. Now it's up to you. You're responsible. Just do it. Congratulations.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Jason for being here and for delivering a memorable and meaningful address to us. I'm also pleased to announce that the Board of Governors, by virtue of the authority invested in it, has authorized me to award to Jason the highest tribute of Loyalist College, an honorary diploma in applied arts in recognition of his outstanding contributions as an advocate of the Canadian manufacturing sector, his leadership as a respected economic analyst, and his advocacy for lifelong learning, which he just reinforced here. Loyalist College is indeed fortunate to have Jason address our convocation of 2012 and accordingly pays him its highest academic tribute. Thank you, sir.
I would now like to invite Mr. Hugh O'Neill and Mrs. Cindy Brandt to please join me on the stage. In 1998, the Board of Governors of Loyalist College approved the establishment of the Hugh P. O'Neill Outstanding Alumni Award in recognition of Mr. O'Neill's leadership as chair of the college's Foundations for the New Millennium campaign. The award is intended to recognize a graduate of Loyalist College who has made an exceptional contribution to his or her community through professional achievements, community leadership, or through volunteer service. This year, I am delighted to announce that the recipient of the Outstanding Alumni Award is Mrs. Cindy Brandt, a 1987 graduate of our Diploma Nursing program. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Cindy. Cindy has distinguished herself professionally and participated in many volunteer agencies in the communities in which she has lived since graduating from Loyalist. She has held positions of increasing responsibility in her healthcare career, including being on the leadership team which amalgamated ambulance services between Kingston and Ottawa hospitals, and also responsibility for addiction services at the Ottawa Base Hospital, among many other roles. Cindy has worked in Toronto and in communities across Eastern Ontario. She now serves as CEO of Carescent Care Retirement and Nursing Home in Marmora. In her personal time, I don't know when she'd have any, but in her personal time, Cindy is a passionate supporter and organizer for youth hockey. Most recently, Cindy chaired the Sterling Rawdon Hockeyville Committee, overseeing the community submission to the Kraft Hockeyville program. As a result of Cindy's leadership, as well as the hard work of community members in Sterling and far abroad, Sterling topped more than 300 communities from across Canada and earned an astounding 3,986,769 votes to win the coveted title of Kraft Hockeyville 2012. Not bad for a little village of 1,800 people. Benefits to the Sterling community include $100,000 in arena upgrades, and I know that's being leveraged into even more, hosting an NHL preseason game, and having a CBC Hockey Night in Canada broadcast from the community. And as they say, the community pride, awareness on the big stage, and spirit, priceless. Cindy undertook this project to honor much-beloved Sterling Arena manager Barry Wilson after his death, and one can't think of a greater tribute to Barry's memory. It is an honor to recognize Loyalist graduate Cindy Brandt today for her outstanding contributions to our communities through her profession and her volunteer services, and I would ask Mr. O'Neill to make this presentation of the Hugh P. O'Neill Outstanding Alumni Award. Congratulations, Cindy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the formal part of our ceremony where the certificates, diplomas, and awards will be presented. President Piercy, it is my privilege to report to you that all the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas by successfully completing curricula offered by the School of Architecture and Building Sciences, the School of Health Sciences, and the Schools of Skill Training at Loyalist College. They have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded certificates or diplomas in recognition of their academic accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of Loyalist College, I do hereby confer on our graduates their respective Ontario College certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
President Piercy, on behalf of the graduates not present, I request that you confer their certificates, diplomas, and degrees in absentia.
I so do.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the academic team from the School of Architecture and Building Sciences, the School of Health Sciences, and the Schools of Skill Training will oversee the conferring of diplomas. During the next part of the program, we will be presenting the graduates who will proceed across the stage to receive congratulations from the President and a member of the Board of Governors. In order that we can clearly hear everyone's name, we ask your cooperation in withholding your applause until each group has been presented. Those taking photographs are asked to use the designated area to the left of the stage. Graduates will be presented by Tom Malloy, Dean for the Schools of Architecture and Building Sciences and the Schools of Skill Training, and by Karen Brooks Cathcart, Dean, School of Health and Human Studies. I would like to introduce Dean Tom Malloy.
Governor MacLeod, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of the Ontario College Certificates, Diplomas, and Awards in Construction Renovation Techniques, Residential Drafting and Design Techniques, Architectural Technician, and Civil Engineering Technician. In the School of Construction Renovation Techniques, Ontario College Certificates, in Construction Renovation Techniques, Brad Charlton, Dean's List. Eric Early. Tamara Harrell, Dean's List. Donovan Lewis. Dale Miller, Dean's List. Marlon Smith. Michael Skolowski. From the Residential Drafting and Design, Pierre Guinard. Matthew McLeod. Jing Li. Shayna Sager. Laura Wang. The Ontario College Diplomas in Architectural Technician, Samantha Coppaway. Alan Mayer. In Civil Engineering Technician, Peter Beck. Norman Bergman. Scott Carroll. Sejun Elawar. Ryan Finch. Kevin Harndenen. Kevin McMurray. David Moken. Justin Murray. Patrick Parkinson, Dean List. Patrick is the recipient of the Agnes Watson Kirsten Award for Academic Excellence to a graduate student in technology programs. Tanya Redding, Dean's List. Renee Ryan. Brent Smith. Troy Stevens. Surveying Engineering Technician, Robert Carr. Architectural Technology, Patricia Barrage. Cassandra Cove. Jordan Crossan. Mitchell Gray, Dean's List. Mitchell is the recipient of the Quinte Home Builders Association Award for Best Technical Reported, submitted by a graduating student in the Architectural Technology program, and the St. Lawrence Valley Northumberland Durham Society's Architectural Awards for the Best Design, submitted by a graduating student for the Architectural program. Marissa Hopkins. Gregory McDonald, Dean's List. Gregory is the recipient of the Ontario Building Officials Association Land of Lakes Chapter Award for proficiency in the use of the Ontario Building Code to a graduating student in the architectural program. Ashley McLennan. Kelsey Adams. Kelsey is the recipient of the Architectural Faculty Award for the Best Interior Design, submitted by a graduating student in the Architectural Technology program, and the Association of Architectural Technologists of Ontario Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement in the Architectural Technology program. Adam Putuknik. Oh, Amanda, I'm sorry. Amanda Putuknik. Daniel Vandenbroek, Dean's List. Daniel is the recipient of the Architectural Faculty Award for the Best Set of Working Drawings, submitted by a graduating student of the Architectural program. Brent Veit. In Civil Engineering Technology, April Chamberlain, Dean's List. Ryan Culp. Charlotte Maschke, Dean's List. Becky Means. Bradley Muma, Dean's List. Kristen Parks, Dean's List. William Rudkin, Dean's List. Ryan Rumer. Jedediah Snyder, Dean's List. Andrew Wallace. Sheldon Weatherall, Dean's List. Sheldon is the recipient of the Back 40 Enterprise Award for a graduating student who has demonstrated well-developed skills in CAD, drafting, and a particular aptitude for and an interest in structural detail and design. That concludes the recipients. Thank you, Governor MacLeod. I'd like to introduce Karen Brooks Cathcart, Dean of the School of Health and Human Studies, who will present the graduates from the School of Health Sciences.
Thank you, Dean Malloy. Governor Kleinschmidt. It is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College Certificates for General Arts and Science and Pre-Health Science. Katrina Jeske, Dean's List. Graduates of Pre-Health Science, Susanna Barty, Dean's List. Tanya Friel. Megan Gibbs. Mahogany Hines. Shelby Hudgens. Kayla Keenan. Shelby Lowe, Dean's List. Brianna McEwen. Caitlin Norman. Jeremy Patenaude, Dean's List. Natasha Pereira. Elaine Reynolds, Dean's List. Sophia Robinson, Dean's List. Holly Rogers, Dean's List. Rachel Rumsum, Dean's List. Taylor Wardoff. Congratulations to graduates of Arts and Science and Pre-Health Science. And thank you, Governor Kleinschmidt. Governor Smith, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College Certificate, diplomas, and awards for personal support worker and fitness and health promotion programs. For personal support worker program, Amy Lynn Acker, Dean's List. Patricia Biggs, Dean's List. Rebecca Brooks, Dean's List. Janetta Christensen, Dean's List. Dawn Crow. Kristen Doan, Dean's List. Caitlin Fountain, Dean's List. Alex Godfrey. Michael Hale. Amanda Halpin, Dean's List. Candace Harrison, Dean's List. Jody Henley. Paul Hill, Dean's List. Paul is the recipient of the Barbara Siebert Floyd Award for Academic Achievement in the Personal Support Worker Program. Wendy Lawrence, Dean's List. Matthew Leader, Dean's List. Sarah Leach. Emily Lindgren Rallison, Dean's List. Amanda McLean. Melissa Miller, Dean's List. Jessica Ogden. Shauna Peters. Cheryl Ann Pulver. Cheryl Ann is the recipient of the Local 175 UFCW Health Office and Professional Employees Award for Proficiency in Studies and Clinical Practice. Shannon Sanford, Dean's List. Corinne Seeley. Lori Van Oyen, Dean's List. Melissa Watson. Maria Weber, Dean's List. Shaden White, Dean's List. Lisa Young, Dean's List. Congratulations to graduates of the Personal Support Worker Program. Graduates of the Fitness and Health Promotion Program, Brooklyn Abbott. Andrew Ashcroft. Regla Calzado Jardine, Dean's List. Nancy Castillo, Dean's List. Riley Craig. Jessica Generu, Dean's List. Cody Howie. Biju Krishnan. Chelsea Lafranchise, Dean's List. Brandy Lewis. Ashley Scaletta Brooker, Dean's List. Gaurav Shah. Melissa Sue Stoneman. Melissa Sue is the recipient of the Fitness and Health Promotion Faculty Award presented for outstanding academic achievement in the Fitness and Health Promotion Program. Charlie Walters, Dean's List. Can't see that, sorry. Graduates, congratulations to graduates of the Fitness and Health Promotion Program. And thank you, Governor Smith. Governor Scarborough, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College diplomas and awards in Recreation and Leisure Services, Arts and Science, and Paramedic. Graduates of Recreation and Leisure Services, Nicole Adams. Toby Billings. Brendan Birkins. Caitlin Booth. Christopher Bragg, Dean's List. Christy Cameron, Dean's List. Pascal Desjardins, Dean's List. Michelle Coach, Dean's List. Michelle is the recipient of the Recreation and Leisure Services Faculty Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement in the Recreation and Leisure Services Program. Graham Love. Ryan McDougall. Matthew Miller. Jenna Nielsen, Dean's List. Jessica Norton. Nicholas Taylor, Dean's List. Congratulations to graduates of the Recreation and Leisure Services program. Graduates of General Arts and Science, Alec Bauer, Dean's List. Kylie Boise McDonald, Dean's List. Lindsay Craigs, Dean's List. Lindsay is the recipient of the RBC Community Spirit Award, a graduating student who has demonstrated commitment to community through ongoing volunteer work while pursuing a post-secondary education. Emma Mantle, Dean's List. Natasha Mooney, Dean's List. Natasha is the recipient of the Scotiabank Scholastic Achievement Award to a graduating student in the Arts and Science program with the highest grade point average. Shelby Moore. Ferrando Palacios, Dean's List. Timothy Shannon, Dean's List. Timothy is the recipient of the Arts and Science Program Excellence Award for outstanding academic achievement in the Arts and Science program. Congratulations to diploma graduates of the Arts and Science program. Graduates of the paramedic program, Tammy Becker. Chandel Kerrigan. Jeff Davis, Dean's List. Jeff is the recipient of the Haliburton County Emergency Medical Services Award for a graduating student who has been recognized for most improvement on demonstrated skills in the paramedic diploma program. Andrea James, Dean's List. Andrea is the recipient of the County of Lennox and Addington Ambulance and Emergency Services Award for a graduating student who has demonstrated the attribute of excellence in the practical component of the paramedic diploma program. And Jason Marr, Dean's List. Jason is the recipient of the Hastings-Quinte Emergency Medical Services Award for outstanding academics in the paramedic diploma program. Doug Robertson, Dean's List. Congratulations to graduates of the paramedic program. And thank you, Governor Scarborough. Governor Dockrell, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of Ontario College diplomas and advanced diplomas and awards in practical nursing and arts and science. For practical nursing, Tarina Bickford. Diane Bowder. Tanya Brown. Shirley Buell, Dean's List. Carla Bolton, Dean's List. Shandell Burke. Alicia Carr. Kirsten Coughlin, Dean's List. Megan Crump. Samantha Davies, Dean's List. Samantha is the recipient of the Local 175 UFCW Health Office and Professional Division Award for proficiency in studies and clinical practice in the practical nursing program. Vicki Diaz. Brianna Duchesne Scott. Amber Fontaine. Laura Foote, Dean's List. Shannon Gill. Shannon Hanna. Shannon is a most deserving recipient of the Amanda Latham Award for a graduating student who has shown perseverance, patience, and courage in overcoming difficult and extenuating circumstances to complete their program. Shannon is also the recipient of the Registered Practical Nurses Association of Ontario Award for overall excellence and strong leadership ability. Rachel Heisman. Jennifer Irwin, Dean's List. Catherine Lemire, Dean's List. Laura Letourneau. Amanda Little. Amanda is the recipient of the Practical Nursing Proficiency Award for Scholastic Achievement in the Practical Nursing Program, an award donated by the Trent Valley Lodge Nursing Home. Sarah Lynn, Dean's List. Sarah is the recipient of the Audrey I. Williams Practical Nursing Award for academic proficiency in the Practical Nursing Program. Andrea McKay. Holly Marlin. Brittany McDonald. Marion O'Neill, Dean's List. Linda Piers. Linda is the recipient of the Practical Nursing Proficiency Award for Scholastic Achievement in the Practical Nursing Program, donated by Quinte Healthcare Corporation Board of Directors. Josephine Reitmeyer. Hendrikus Shapers, Dean's List. Hendrikus is the recipient of the Audrey I. Williams Practical Nursing Award for academic proficiency in the Practical Nursing Program. Stacy Skinner Keith. Rebecca Van Harlem, Dean's List. Sarah Voss. Gail Wanamaker. Brandy Ward, Dean's List. Jennifer Witherall. Jennifer is the recipient of the Practical Nursing Proficiency Award for Scholastic Achievement in the Practical Nursing Program, donated by Elsevier Science Canada. Congratulations to graduates of the Practical Nursing Program. Graduates of the Arts and Science Program. Tori McEachern, Dean's List. Thank you, Governor Dockrell. This concludes the conferring of certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas for the School of Health Sciences. I'd like to introduce once again Dean Tom Malloy, who will present the graduates from the School of Skills Training.
Thank you, Dean Brooks Cathcart. Past Chair Werkhoven, it is my pleasure to present to you the recipients of the Ontario College Certificates and Awards in the Academic and Career Entrance Program. Ryan Archer. Andrew Denko. Andrew is the recipient of the Eileen McLaughlin Memorial Award for a graduate who best exemplifies Eileen's ideals and spirit, honesty, hardworking, and concerns for others. Paul Hamilton. Brandy Hemphill. Jake McCardle. James Orbine. Alicia Roy. Amber Sewell. Leah Two Young Men. Thank you, Past Chair Werkhoven. Governor Fitzpatrick. Governor Fitzpatrick, it is my pleasure to present to you the recipients of the Automotive Apprenticeship. Tyler Kress. Christopher Drum. Adam McConnell. Alan Petman. Quinn Sager-Musi. Alexander Sinclair. Stephen Strachu. Benjamin Steenbergen. Andrew Volstroved. Thank you, Governor Fitzpatrick. Governor O'Rourke, it is my pleasure to present the recipients of the Ontario College Certificates and Awards in Electrical Techniques, Mechanical Techniques, and Motive Power Fundamentals. Thomas Andrews, Dean's List. Ryan Hobart, Dean's List. Adam Jensen. Jeremy Semniak. Justin Thomas, Dean's List. Students of the Mechanical Techniques, Ryan Brandt. Wesley Dunning. Alan Panningbatten. James Pack. Travis Smith, Dean's List. Travis is the recipient of the Rob Casson Memorial Award for demonstrated leadership and community involvement. Motive Power Fundamentals. Mason Atkinson, Dean's List. in welding techniques, Ryan Deschamps. Lance Eves. Andrew Gordon. Roger Munford. Jordan Dostrovsky. Rebecca Parker. Zach Speed, Dean's List. David Weiss. Ilana Wiggins. No. Thelena Wiggins, Dean's List. Alexander Welk, Dean's List. Thank you, Governor Orrick. Governor Williams, it is my pleasure to present to you the recipients of the Ontario College certificates and diplomas in welding techniques, electrical engineering technician, manufacturing engineering technician, and motor power service technician. Electrical technician, Justin Benson. Derek Brady. Marcus Krull. Alan George. Justin Harming, Dean's List. Lee Henry. William Hull. Kyle Cooper. Dean's List. Blaine Loft. Jeffrey Loney, Dean's List. William Lucas, Dean's List. Travis Patterson, Dean's List. Clint Punanchik. Nathan Reed Brainey. Derek Rizzuto. Vesh. John Zayden. Manufacturing Engineering Technician, Jordan Welst. Motor Technician, Ethan Blackenhorn. Alexander Brennan, Dean's List. Alexander is the recipient of the Hodge Auto Parts Awards for academic excellence in both practical and theory components. Scott Edgeworth. Eric Hartke, Dean's List. Connie Kenyon, Dean's List. Jacob Magistrel, Dean's List. Thomas Newlands, Dean's List. Jared Sydock. Serge Sombrosiak. Governor Williams, that concludes the recipients of the School of Skills.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the conferring of certificates, diplomas, and advanced diplomas for the School of Architecture and Building Sciences, School of Health Sciences, and School of Skills Training. Please join me in congratulating the graduates of 2012.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank the staff from the Registrar's Office and Facility Services for their work preparing for Convocation. I'd also like to thank our string duo, that would be Marion Stratton and Linda Minty, and our piper, Charlie Orr from 8 Wing Pipes and Drums. You're all invited to join us for a reception in the Parrott Center immediately following the ceremony, and it is now my role to declare Convocation 2012 officially closed. I would ask that everyone please rise for the benediction, the singing of the Royal Anthem, and remain standing for the recessional. Thank you.
Congratulations again to all of our graduates this year. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Go have fun, party it up, and have fun. And good luck with the rest of life. Yes, the pastor said it's okay. Go have fun. Have a pint or two for me, please. Let us pray. Creator of all humanity, may the destiny you have placed before us as educated women and men take root within us. May you, who have graduated today, share your knowledge for the benefit of others and for our world. May your understanding of life be broadened and enriched. May your imagination be touched with new vision that ever sees the possibility of service and stewardship. Keep us from discouragement by providing a beacon of life and hope in even the darkest hours. May the Spirit encompassing all faiths be with each one of you, guiding your hearts and minds, and giving you courage and purpose on the journey ahead. Amen.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen.